What if I told you that some of Hollywood's most passionate love stories completely shatter everything we think we know about age and romance? We're talking about famous men who didn't just fall for older women. They built empires of love that have lasted decades, weathered public scrutiny, and redefined what it means to find your soulmate in America. Today, we're diving deep into 10 extraordinary couples who prove that when it comes to matters of the heart, age isn't just a number. It's completely irrelevant. From Grammy winners to Oscar nominees, from tech billionaires to sports legends, these men found their perfect match in women who brought wisdom, experience, and an unshakable confidence that only comes with living life on your own terms. Stick around, because some of these age gaps will absolutely blow your mind, and the love stories behind them will restore your faith in finding that once-in-a-lifetime connection. Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. Let's start with Hollywood's most private power couple, Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. Here's a man who could have any woman in the world, yet he chose to build his life with someone 6 years his senior, and their love story reads like something straight out of The Notebook. Ryan, now 44, met Eva, 50, on the set of The Place Beyond the Pines in 2011. What started as professional chemistry quickly ignited into something much deeper. Eva wasn't just another actress. She was an established star who had already conquered Hollywood with films like Hitch and Training Day. She brought a maturity and groundedness that perfectly balanced Ryan's artistic intensity. What makes their relationship truly remarkable is how they've navigated fame together. While Ryan continued his meteoric rise with La La Land and Blade Runner 2049, Eva made the conscious choice to step back from acting to focus on their family. They now have 2 daughters, and Eva has spoken openly about how becoming a mother in her 40s brought a wisdom and patience she never had in her younger years. Their relationship challenges every stereotype about older women in Hollywood. Eva didn't need Ryan for her career. She was already successful. She didn't need him for financial security. She had her own. What they found in each other was genuine partnership, the kind where age becomes completely meaningless because you're building something together that's bigger than both of you. Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Sam Taylor-Johnson. Now we're talking about a love story that raised eyebrows across America and beyond. Aaron Taylor-Johnson was just 19 when he met filmmaker Sam Taylor-Johnson, then 42, on the set of Nowhere Boy in 2009. She was directing, he was starring as young John Lennon, and something electric happened between them that transcended every social convention we hold dear. The critics came out swinging. She's old enough to be his mother, they said. It'll never last. She's taking advantage. But here we are, over a decade later, and their marriage is stronger than ever. Aaron, now 33, and Sam, 57, have built an artistic empire together, raising 4 daughters and creating films that push boundaries just like their relationship did. What makes their story so compelling is how they've handled the judgment. Sam has spoken candidly about the double standard. If the genders were reversed, nobody would blink an eye. Aaron has defended their love with a maturity that belies his years, speaking about how Sam's experience and wisdom helped shape him not just as an actor, but as a man. Their 24-year age gap represents something revolutionary in American culture, the idea that love doesn't follow a script. Sam brought decades of life experience, artistic vision, and emotional intelligence to their relationship. Aaron brought passion, energy, and a fresh perspective. Together, they've created something that works precisely because they embrace their differences rather than apologizing for them. Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron. From Hollywood to the halls of power in France, Emmanuel Macron's love story with Brigitte reads like something from a political thriller mixed with an unconventional romance. Emmanuel was just 15 when he met Brigitte, his high school teacher who was 40 and married with 3 children. Their love story unfolded over years, breaking every rule in the book and ultimately leading to the French presidency. When Emmanuel, now 47, married Brigitte, now 71, in 2007, he wasn't a president. He was a young banker with big dreams. Bridget wasn't looking for a trophy husband. She was an established educator who gave up her career to support his political ambitions. Their 25-year age gap became a symbol of how love can reshape not just personal lives, but entire nations. What resonates with American audiences is the audacity of their love. In a country that values independence and breaking from tradition, Emmanuel and Bridget represent the ultimate rebellion against social expectations. She brings decades of wisdom, political acumen, and the confidence that comes from having lived through multiple phases of life. He brings ambition, energy, and a vision for the future. Their story challenges our deepest assumptions about power dynamics in relationships. Critics assumed she held all the power as the older, more experienced partner. But Emmanuel's rise to the presidency proved that their relationship was built on mutual respect and shared ambition. Bridget didn't shape a young man into her ideal. She recognized potential and helped nurture it into greatness. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. In the world of professional basketball, Dwayne Wade was already a legend. 3 NBA championships, 13 All-Star selections, and a Hall of Fame career. But when it came to finding lasting love, he found his championship ring with Gabrielle Union, an actress 9 years his senior who brought her own impressive resume to their relationship. Dwayne, now 42, and Gabrielle, 51, got married in 2014, but their love story began years earlier amid the complexities of blended families and high-profile careers. Gabrielle wasn't just an actress. She was a woman who had survived sexual assault, battled infertility, and built a career on her own terms in an industry that often discards women after 40. What makes their relationship so powerful is how they've supported each other through life's biggest challenges. When their daughter Zaya came out as transgender, it was Gabrielle's experience and wisdom that helped guide their family through uncharted territory. Her 9 additional years of life experience brought perspective that proved invaluable in navigating parenthood, public scrutiny, and personal growth. Their love story resonates deeply with American values of resilience and second chances. Both had previous relationships that didn't work out. Both faced public criticism and personal struggles. But together, they've built something stronger, a partnership that champions social justice, family values, and the kind of authentic love that only comes when 2 people accept each other completely, age gaps and all. Benji Madden and Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz was Hollywood royalty, a bankable star who commanded $20 million per film and seemed to have it all. Then, at 42, she met Benji Madden, the 36-year-old guitarist from Good Charlotte, through mutual friends. What happened next shocked everyone. America's eternal bachelorette found her forever person in a punk rock musician 6 years younger. Their whirlwind romance moved at lightning speed. They met in May 2014, got engaged in December, and married in January 2015. Critics called it a rebound, a midlife crisis, a publicity stunt. But Benji and Cameron, now 43 and 49 respectively, had the last laugh. Their marriage not only lasted, it transformed both of their lives in the most beautiful way. Cameron has spoken openly about how meeting Benji changed everything. After decades of focusing on her career, she found someone who encouraged her to step back from the spotlight and focus on what truly mattered. At 47, she became a mother for the first time, something she'd never thought possible. Benji's younger energy and fresh perspective on life helped her rediscover joy in ways she'd forgotten. Their story embodies the American dream of reinvention. Cameron didn't need to get married. She was financially independent and professionally successful. Benji brought something money couldn't buy: genuine love, acceptance, and the courage to build a life focused on family rather than fame. Their 6-year age gap became irrelevant in the face of shared values and authentic connection. Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally. Long before Nick Offerman became Ron Swanson on Parks and Recreation, he was a struggling theater actor in Chicago. That's where he met Megan Mullally in 2000, an actress 12 years his senior who was already establishing herself as a comedic force. Their love story began in the world of improv comedy and blossomed into one of Hollywood's most enduring marriages. Nick, now 54, and Megan, 66, represent something rare in entertainment, a couple whose relationship actually gets stronger with time. When they met, Megan was the established star with Emmy nominations for Will and Grace, while Nick was the unknown working actor. Their 12-year age gap meant she brought experience, industry knowledge, and the confidence that comes from having already proven yourself. What makes their relationship so compelling is how they've maintained their individual identities while building something together. They tour as a musical duo, write books together, and support each other's separate projects. Megan's additional years of life experience brought wisdom about navigating the entertainment industry, while Nick's enthusiasm and craftsmanship helped ground their relationship in authentic values. Their story speaks to American ideals about partnership and mutual respect. In interviews, Nick consistently credits Megan with helping him become not just a better actor, but a better person. She didn't try to change him. She recognized his potential and helped create space for it to flourish. Their marriage proves that age gaps can actually be assets when both partners bring different strengths to the table. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani. When Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani first met as coaches on The Voice, nobody predicted that the country boy from Oklahoma and the pop princess from California would find love together. Blake was coming off a painful divorce, Gwen was ending her marriage to Bush frontman Gavin Rossdale, and both were vulnerable in ways that made their connection inevitable. Their 3-year age gap might seem minor compared to other couples on this list, but what makes their story significant is how Gwen, now 55, brought a different kind of maturity to Blake's life. At 48, Blake had been married twice and was known for his party-loving bachelor lifestyle. Gwen brought stability, creative inspiration, and the kind of artistic sophistication that elevated both of their careers. Their relationship played out in real time on national television, giving Americans a front-row seat to a genuine love story. We watched them support each other through personal struggles, celebrate professional victories, and gradually build something lasting. When they finally married in 2021, it felt like a victory for everyone who believes in second chances and authentic connection. What resonates most about their story is how they've maintained their individual identities while creating something new together. Blake didn't become pop, Gwen didn't become country. Instead, they found a musical middle ground that showcased both of their strengths. Gwen's additional life experience and artistic vision helped Blake expand his creative horizons, while his authenticity and humor brought lightness to her sometimes serious artistic persona. Denzel Washington and Pauletta Washington. In an industry where marriages last about as long as filming schedules, Denzel and Pauletta Washington have built something extraordinary. A 40-year marriage that began when they were both struggling actors and has endured through Denzel's rise to become one of America's most respected performers. Denzel, now 70, met Pauletta, 74, on the set of the television movie Wilma in 1977. She was 4 years older and already had more professional experience, having trained at Juilliard and worked in theater. Their age gap was minimal, but Pauletta's additional years brought a stability and wisdom that helped anchor their relationship as Denzel's star began to rise. What makes their story so powerful is how they've maintained their partnership through decades of fame, success, and the pressures that destroy most Hollywood marriages. Pauletta stepped back from her own performing career to focus on raising their 4 children, but she never lost her identity as an artist and intellectual equal. Her maturity and grounding influence helped Denzel navigate the temptations of Hollywood while staying true to his values. Their relationship represents American ideals about commitment, family, and building something lasting together. In interviews, Denzel consistently credits Pauletta with keeping him grounded and focused on what truly matters. She brought a perspective shaped by slightly more life experience and he brought ambition and drive. Together, they've created a legacy that extends far beyond entertainment into philanthropy, family, and community leadership. Tom Cullitz and Heidi Klum. When supermodel Heidi Klum, then 45, went public with her relationship with Tokyo Hotel guitarist Tom Cullitz, then 29, the media went into overdrive. Here was America's Got Talent judge and Project Runway host, a woman who had conquered modeling, television, and business, falling for a German rock star 16 years younger. Their 2019 marriage surprised everyone who thought Heidi would play it safe after her high-profile divorce from singer Seal. Instead, she chose passion over convention, love over expectation. Tom, now 35, brought youthful energy and artistic creativity to match Heidi's business acumen and life experience. At 51, she found herself revitalized by his fresh perspective and unwavering support for her ambitions. What makes their relationship work is how they've embraced their differences rather than trying to minimize them. Heidi's 16 additional years brought financial independence, parenting experience, and the confidence that comes from having already achieved success. Tom brought artistic passion, cultural perspective, and the kind of devotion that proved age was irrelevant when two people truly connect. Their story resonates with American values about reinvention and following your heart. Heidi didn't need another relationship. She was already successful, financially secure, and raising 4 children. But with Tom, she found something she hadn't expected, a partner who celebrated her strength rather than being intimidated by it, someone whose younger energy complemented rather than competed with her established success. Evan Spiegel and Miranda Kerr. The final story brings us into the modern era of tech billionaires and social media empires. Evan Spiegel, the boy genius who created Snapchat and became one of the world's youngest billionaires, could have chosen anyone. Instead, he fell for Miranda Kerr, the Australian supermodel 8 years his senior who brought international glamour and hard-won wisdom to his Silicon Valley success story. When Evan, now 34, married Miranda, 41, in 2017, their wedding was a fusion of tech innovation and timeless elegance. Here was a man who had revolutionized how young people communicate, marrying a woman who had already conquered the fashion world and was raising a son from her previous marriage to Orlando Bloom. Their 8-year age gap represents something significant in American culture, the idea that success and maturity aren't always tied to age. Miranda brought international experience, business savvy, and the perspective that comes from having already navigated fame and motherhood. Evan brought innovation, ambition, and the kind of financial success that allowed them to build a life focused on family and philanthropy. What makes their relationship so compelling is how they've used their combined influence for positive change. Miranda's additional years of life experience brought wisdom about balancing public life with private happiness, while Evan's technological vision opened new possibilities for impact and influence. Together, they represent a new model of power couples, ones who use their platform for wellness, education, and social good. These 10 couples prove something revolutionary about love in America today, that age gaps don't predict relationship success, shared values do. Whether it's 6 years or 25 years, these men found their perfect matches in women who brought wisdom, experience, and the confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are. What ties all these stories together isn't the age differences, it's the willingness to choose love over convention, partnership over appearances, and authentic connection over social expectations. In a culture that often worships youth, these couples remind us that maturity, experience, and hard-won wisdom are incredibly attractive qualities. The next time someone tells you that age matters in love, remember these stories. Remember that some of Hollywood's most passionate romances, most successful partnerships, and most enduring marriages happen when two people connect on a level that makes age completely irrelevant. Love doesn't follow a script, and it definitely doesn't check birth certificates. When you find your person, whether they're older, younger, or exactly your age, the only number that matters is the one that represents how happy you are together. What do you think about these age gap relationships? Have they changed your perspective on love and compatibility? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that prove love truly knows no boundaries.